Hey guys, I am coming on today to show you how we're gonna make the next subscription box project, which is this acorn. I love it. I would hold it upright, but these aren't glued down yet because I was going to use this as my final project to show you how I attached all this. But here it is. I love it. I've been wanting to do a Mod Podge project for like a year now, and I'm finally getting to it. We had a little taste of it last month we just did glued paper down, but this one's a little bit different because it does have our napkin that we're gonna Mod Podge onto the acorn. And this is a really easy project, only 3 working parts, so it actually goes really quick. So the first thing I did is I took my baby wipe and the brown paint. And if you don't have a baby wipe, don't worry, you can just use a wet paper towel. But if you don't have baby wipes, I would go get them because I use them for everything. Whether you're gonna stain with it, whether you clean your hands with it. If you have a little oops, sometimes it's like a magic eraser and you can wipe paint up with it. So anyways, I take this, dip it, and then I only stained the top part. So pretty much the napkin goes right here down. So I just stained the top part. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna very quickly wipe over the project. And I did it a lighter color because I wanted this part to be darker. So, so yeah, I just dipped it and swiped with it. And I like when my staining is a little uneven, so it's kind of darker in some spots, lighter in others. I just think that makes it look a little more like a stain, even though it's not. Staining smells. We did those wooden photo palettes in the shop earlier, and like an actual stain is really strong. So I think this is a great alternative. It gives you a stain look without actually using stain. And you can do this with any color. It doesn't have to be brown. If you want something to have kind of a gray, wash stain to it, or white, or whatever. So this is how I did mine. I kind of have these right here. You can kind of, oh look there, you can kind of smooth them out. But it won't bother me because this is going to go over top. Okay, so make sure you get all the way, so actually put this on, and I can see I was a little bit short right here. So I'm just gonna bring that stain down just a little bit further. Okay, and I also stained this very lightly, so with whatever you have left, I would just go ahead and stain that. Okay. So it's really light stain. So there's that. Then I did a little bit of a darker stain on this piece. Okay, so again, there you can see, you dip it, blot it, and then now I'm just gonna stain this. And you can fully coat it, you can leave some of the wood showing, you can do whatever you wanna do. It's actually easier if you swipe across it while it's down, but it kind of moves my camera a little bit, sorry. So I'll go through, I'll pick it up and do it so it doesn't do that. But just very quickly stain it. And you can go back and forth, you can go up and down, whatever you want to do. Yeah, this would be a pretty quick project, and I thought this would be perfect. You can have it out for the rest of fall, you can have it out through Thanksgiving. Just so pretty, and I love the solar flowers on it. And if you have never worked with soul flowers or ever seen them, they're actually wooden flowers. They're made out of like shavings of wood, and they're really pretty. The ones in the kit are the natural ones, but you can paint them, they come already colored. We've done quite a few projects with the solar flowers this year. We did, what did we do? We did like a mason jar, we did a cross, we've done a pumpkin, and I kind of think I need to find something like Christmassy that we can do with them too, because people really like them. And they're just different than the soap flowers. So, okay, so I got this stained And I left some of the wood showing. So now you can take your sponge, the green part, you're gonna dip it, blot it really good, kind of scrape it off, and then I just kind of scraped all around it. Okay, I went this way, I went this way, whatever you want to do. You can just go around the edges if you want. You don't have to do it at all if you don't want. Okay, it's your project, but just kind of gives it just a little more dimension, a little more depth to the look of it instead of just being flat brown. See? I love that. I think it's really pretty. So now we have the whole top of our acorn done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our napkin, okay? And the trick is you have to get it all the way down to the bottom layer, okay? So this is 2-ply. So and I accidentally put my wipey on it so you can see it's wet, but I think actually I'll use a different one because I go to put the Mod Podge, I don't want it to tear. So, get another one. Okay, so don't get it wet. So you're gonna take it and get it down to the single layer. Sometimes napkins actually have 3 layers. These ones were just 2, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's hard to get started. There. So get it all the way down to the single layer and throw the white one away. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my Mod Podge, and Mod Podge is great. It's kind of like a glue and it dries clear. So it's really nice. It comes in a matte and shiny. I got the matte kind for this project. So here's my Mod Podge. Looks kind of like glue. So you take it and just swipe it on your project, okay? You want to get all the way to the edge and all the way up to where the top of the acorn, like that little ridge right there. So from there down, okay? So you want to completely coat it with the Mod Podge. All right. And like I said, once you learn how to do this, you can apply it to any of the wooden pieces that you get with your projects. So if you want to add some patterns to your pieces, you can use any kind of napkin and you can do this to your projects. So then I took the flat straight edge and I just, can you see? There. So I just lined it up to where that little indent happened. Oh, I had black paint on my hand. I got it on my napkin. Okay, so make sure your hands are clean before you go to touch your napkin. I just got a little black on mine, but that's okay. And then I put this on top just to make sure I got it right where I wanted it. And yep. And then smooth it down. Okay, so I literally have it just right where that little indent is, straight across, okay? And you can kind of just trim off that edge. Doesn't have to be exact, just to get it out of the way. And you can save that and use it for something else, or just throw it away. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to brush it over the top, okay? Kind of smooth that napkin out as you go. I always tend to get little air bubbles under it. So just smooth it out, okay? All the way to the edge. And you may or may not use all that's in your kit, just depends. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit more. Okay, so make sure that it's all smoothed out, and the whole napkin is now covered with a layer of Mod Podge. Okay, then we're gonna let it dry. And for video purposes, I am going to use my heat gun so I can speed it up. So if you want, you can just let it air dry, or if you have a hair dryer, whatever. Okay, you just want it to dry. And let's see. Then at this point, you kind of just tear the excess off. I probably should have dried mine a little longer, but because it's tearing a little bit. But you be sure to let yours dry all the way. So just kind of tear that off. Then with your little piece of sandpaper, let me grab mine. You can take it and just kind of run it across the edge like this, just to help get the rest of it off the edge, okay? So just go down the whole project and kind of sand it off that edge, okay? This isn't quite dry, but you get the idea, okay? So make a nice clean edge. Then with your Mod Podge that's left, you can use it to glue down, glue this down, your acorn top. So just put little glue dots all over and set it down. Okay. And the thing about the Mod Podge is it's glue, but it dries clear. So it's actually really good. So here is the project so far, right? Then once that's dry, we can add the little embellishments. Oh, I forgot to distress this. I'm just gonna do that really quick. I'm just gonna go down the edge, just kind of give it a little dimension. This one I'm not gonna swipe all the way across it. I'm just really gonna do the edging. But see how you can just swipe across that, and it just gives it a little fun detail that, so you can swipe this way, you can swipe up and down, whatever you wanna do. I kinda accent the corners a little extra. There you go. So I'm gonna leave it like that. So now you can take your piece of fabric that was in your kit and just tie it on. If you have any kind of ribbon at home that you like better, you can definitely do that. You can use whatever you want. So I just tied a little knot in the top. Let me tie it twice. There we go. And you can trim it if you want. You can leave it long if you want. So there's our little thankful tag. Okay, so now this is my sample that, oh, I didn't glue that on. Huh. Well, let me put this to the side. Actually, I'll just hot glue this since, yeah, you're gonna need a hot glue gun. Well, yeah, you're gonna need a hot glue gun for this. If you don't have hot glue, you can use regular glue. But I feel like at this point, everybody has a hot glue gun. So we're going to glue this on. Okay, press that down. Okay, so now with your hot glue gun, I did them all, like I'm looking at the project, I did them all on the left side, but if you want to do them on the other side, if you want to do it right in the middle, if you want to do it towards the bottom, you can do it wherever you want, okay? But just put like a nice little mound of hot glue. Whoops. And kind of take your moss and just set it down. Okay, don't burn your fingers. Just kind of lightly press. If you need to, you can use your scissors to kind of smash it down. Or whatever you got. Just kind of smash her down. Then your 3 flowers, however it is you want to cluster them. This one's got a string. So I just put a big wad of hot glue and set it down. Same with this one. And of course, I need more glue. Hold on a minute. Oh, do I have a stick? Hold on a sec. Let me grab another stick. I think I always forget something when I'm doing a video. Okay. And there we go. Big wad of hot glue on that. Set it down. And then you can kind of move your moss around if you need to. Kind of pull some out. Spread it around. Actually, I put too much in the middle. I'm going to pull some of that out. There. There we go. And then you can just take your tag, put some hot glue on it, and stick it wherever you want. I just kind of stuck it. Oh, I don't have enough glue there. It may take a couple of glues to get everything to stick. There we go. Hold on just a sec. Kind of hold everything in place. And if you had any extra moss, you can just kind of take it and you can put a little wad of hot glue and just kind of shove it back in there. You can use your scissors. So there we go. Actually, you know what? I probably, well, I don't know. I would probably next time, if I were going to tell you to do this, I should have done it. I would probably reserve a little bit of the moss just to kind of tuck in any places. So don't kind of put it all down at once. Kind of save some of it so you can have some poking out around it. But there you go. How cute is that? And then if you want to put a string on it, you can put your string through and make a knot. And you can do it on the other, actually I'm gonna double knot it. There we go. And this one, let's see, let me get it to go through. Kind of have my flower in the way, that's okay. And I'll make a knot. This one I'll just do single because you're not gonna see it because it's behind the flower. But there. So if you want to hang it, you can hang it from the post that we made. I didn't bring it over here, but you know, the post. So there you go. It's a really fun, easy, quick project. So I hope you guys like it. And if you end up doing more Mod Podge stuff, I would love to see what else you put it on. So there you go. I hope you love it, and I will see you at pickup.